Welcome to the deep dive. If you're here, you're looking for more than just information, right? You want precise information, quickly. Today we're digging into a few sources that tackle something tricky. Those subtleties in English, the ones that, well, even really fluent speakers sometimes stumble over.
That's exactly right. And that's our mission today, really. Think of this as a focused look at linguistic clarity. We've distilled the material down to 5 specific pairs of words or phrases.
Okay.
These often get used interchangeably, but getting them right, especially in professional contexts, it makes a huge difference. It's kind of a shortcut to making your communication sharper, more credible.
A linguistic upgrade, I like that.
Right.
So for each pair, we'll actually say the words, spell them out, for total clarity, and then we'll really get into the functional difference, the grammar behind it, and use some clear examples to show exactly how they work differently. It's not just definitions, it's the why.
Right, the practical application. Okay, let's jump right in. Our first pair. This one causes a lot of headaches, I think, especially when the stakes are high, like in business emails or dealing with customers.
Let's do it. First up, assure or ensure.
Okay, so assure is A-S-S-U-R-E.
Got it.
And ensure is E-N-S-U-R-E. Visually, hardly any difference, just that first letter. But functionally, worlds apart.
Yeah, I think the confusion comes because both feel like they're about making something certain,
Reliable.
They do, but the key thing the sources point out is what they act upon. It's completely different.
How so?
Well, assure. It's fundamentally psychological. It's about giving confidence or comfort to a person.
Oh, okay.
Removing doubt, soothing anxiety. It works on feelings, beliefs, someone's mental state.
Yeah.
You assure a person.
Right, so if I were talking to a nervous client, I might say, I assure you our team is handling it. I'm addressing their worry, their feeling. The target is the person.
Exactly. The object has to be a person or, something that can feel reassured.
Yeah.
Now, compare that with ensure, E-N-S-U-R-E.
This one's about procedure, logistics. It means making absolutely certain that an outcome, an event, actually happens. It relates to processes, actions, measurable results.
I see. So I might assure the client everything's okay, but I need processes to ensure the report gets filed on time. One's about the feeling, the other's about the actual task getting done.
Precisely. And that difference is critical, especially in things like contracts or technical specs. Promising to assure compliance, that's pretty weak legally speaking. It just means you'll try to make someone feel okay about it.
Right.
But if you promise to ensure compliance, you're guaranteeing a result, something tangible.
Okay, here's a quick example then. The support agent assured the customer their issue was a priority. That's the feeling part. Versus, we implemented new checks to ensure data integrity. That's the action, the guarantee.
Perfect contrast. That really nails the psychological versus the procedural distinction. Okay, ready for the next one?
Let's go. This pair often gets waved away as just like original thing, American versus British maybe, but there's a real grammatical difference.
There is. And it's worth respecting, particularly in more formal writing. We're talking about backward or backwards.
Right, backward. B-A-C-K-W-A-R-D-S.
Just that S at the end. Seems tiny.
But it changes the job the word does in the sentence.
Completely. The grammar rule here is actually quite clear, thankfully. Backward, no S, is mostly used as an adjective.
Okay, so it describes something, a noun.
Exactly. It modifies a noun. You talk about a backward step or backward glance, maybe even a backward approach to a problem.
Gotcha. Describing the thing.
Correct. Now, backwards with the S functions almost always as an adverb.
An adverb.
Yeah.
So it describes how something is done. A verb.
Precisely. It modifies a verb. It tells you the manner or direction of an action.
Like he accidentally walked backwards into the pole. The S version describes how he walked.
That's it. And here's where you need to be careful. In casual speech, you'll definitely hear backward used as an adverb sometimes. People do it.
Yeah, I think I've done that.
We probably all have. But if you're aiming for really polished, correct writing, stick to the distinction. Backward the adjective, backwards the adverb.
Okay.
Okay, next up isn't just 2 words, but a phrase where a small change makes a big difference in meaning.
Okay, so the core is U-S-E-D-T-O, and the choice is the verb right before it, be or get.
Exactly. And what's interesting here is how this choice communicates status. It's like, are you talking about the journey or the destination?
Okay, explain that.
When you use am used to, is used to, are used to, it means you're already accustomed to something.
Right, like after living in London for 5 years, I'm used to the rain. It's normal for me now. State achieved.
Precisely. But when you use getting used to, got used to, you're describing the journey, the process of adapting that's still happening or just finished. It implies change, transition.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Like when you start a new job, you're always getting used to the new software, or getting used to the commute. You're in the process.
Exactly. Now, here's a crucial little detail, kind of a pro tip from the sources that trips a lot of people up. Whether you use be or get, the thing that comes after used to, it has to be a noun or a gerund.
A gerund. You mean the iking form of a verb.
That's the one, like working or driving. So you can't say, I am used to work late. That's a common slip-up.
Okay.
Because used to here functions like a preposition. So the correct, polished way is, I am used to working late. Or, I am getting used to the noise. Noise is a noun. Working is a gerund.
Okay, that's a really important point. So two things. Be for the finished state, get for the process, and always follow with a noun or that ing form.
Nail those two, and your sentences sound much more precise. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about quantity and grouping with between and among.
Right. Between, B-E-T-W-E-E-N, and among, A-M-O-N-G. Now, the simple rule everyone learns is between for two, among for three or more.
Yeah, and that's, well, it's not wrong, but it's definitely too simple. The sources show it breaks down pretty quickly.
How so?
The real core idea isn't just the number two. It's about focusing on distinct individual items or relationships, even within a larger group. It emphasizes separation or connection between specific points.
Okay, so maybe more than two is okay sometimes.
Definitely. Think about, say, a treaty between three countries. You're focusing on the specific relationships and agreements connecting each distinct nation, or negotiations between the management, the union, and the mediators. You're highlighting the interactions linking these specific named parties.
I see. You're treating them as individual entities in the relationship, not just a general blob.
Exactly. Among, on the other hand, is used when you're talking about three or more things that are seen collectively as a group, sort of undifferentiated.
Like a mass.
Yeah, like a mass or just part of a crowd. There is disagreement among the committee members. You're not specifying who disagreed with whom, just that disagreement existed within the group.
Or she felt lost among the crowd.
Perfect. So the key isn't just the number, but whether you're highlighting distinct individual connections between or general inclusion within a collective among. That's a much more reliable guide.
That makes much more sense than the simple 2 versus 3 rule. Okay, final pair for today. This one is all about direction. Who's giving, who's taking. Borrow and lend.
Yes, borrow, B-O-R-R-O-W.
And lend, L-E-N-D.
The confusion here is really just about perspective, about the flow of the action.
Which way is the item moving?
Exactly. Borrow means you are taking something from someone else temporarily with the plan to return it. The item moves towards you, the borrower.
So, can I borrow your pen? The pen comes to me.
Simple as that. Lend, on the other hand, means you are giving something to someone else temporarily. The item moves away from you, the lender.
So, I can lend you my pen. The pen goes away from me towards the other person.
Right. It's a transaction.
Right.
One person lends, the other borrows. You can't really lend from someone or borrow to someone. Doesn't make sense if you track the direction.
Okay. Pretty straightforward when you think about direction. Is there anything else related to this pair?
Well, sometimes people get confused with the word loan. Technically, loan is primarily a noun, the thing that is lent, like a bank loan.
Right.
Lend is the verb, the action of giving the loan. Now, you will hear loan used as a verb, especially informally, like, can you loan me $5?
Yeah, people say that.
They do. But for maximum precision, especially in writing, lend is the preferred verb for the action. So will you lend me $5 is technically better. And the bank provided a loan uses loan correctly as a noun.
Okay, so lend is the action of giving temporarily. Borrow is the action of taking temporarily. And loan is usually the thing itself.
That's the precise way to handle it. Keep the direction of the item in mind, and you won't mix them up. How often do you hear these words slightly misused in daily life or in professional settings? Notice when someone talks about getting used to doing something, are they using that gerund? When a company promises to assure something, do they really mean ensure? Start tuning your ear to these specific distinctions.
Interesting.
You might be surprised how often these subtle differences pop up and how much they can subtly change the meaning of what you read and hear every day. It's a fascinating layer to uncover.